Hello. In this video I'm going to talk to you about a piece of music that I truly adore. It's by a Brazilian composer named Michelle Agnès Magalhães. She wrote this wonderful piece of music called Mobile, and maybe you already have listened to it because it's become quite famous. If you are curious about it, you may listen to it in my YouTube channel. And what I'm going to do right now is present you all the materials that she uses and how she uses them. For now, this is the score. And the main preparation that she uses is Bluetack. I will present the material in the next video with all the possibilities that it has. But for now, I'm just putting all the pieces here. Preparing them for the whole preparation. This is a setup that I usually do in this way because it helps me a lot having all the pieces of Bluetack already cut in their exact proportions. And then when I need to do the preparation, I just take them and put them on the strings on whatever place I need them. For the rest of the preparations, I will show you how I have them. This is my little bag of surprises. These are the preparations for Michelle Agnès Mobile. This is a small mallet that I built with a Super Bowl. These are pieces of wood that I truly don't use except for one of them. I will explain why. And these are classic preparations, John Cage-like. And I'm going to begin from the bass to the upper register, preparing everything. So this is the lowest sound of the piece. It's B flat, and you have to press a little bit the Bluetack in order that it fixes properly against the string, because it has a lot of power and you want to be sure that it stays there against the string. And then for the rest, I'm going to use this piece of Bluetack from the G3 until the C sharp. And then I have to press a little bit the Bluetack against the strings. And in this register is when Michelle uses these pieces of wood. She inserts them in this way. Please remember that I have all the dampers up. I have a wedge on the pedal of the piano. Every time you touch on the strings or move the strings, you have to have the dampers up. So she uses them in this way, but in my experience, what I find is that when I play this over and over again, sometimes they slip away, and I don't really like that so much. So what I do instead of placing this is I check that the sound is very similar, and I place another layer of Bluetack on the same register. This is my own idea, not the way she asked for, so maybe you would check it in the score. Then the next sound is a classical preparation. It's a bolt with a washer. You just place them on any place on this note, the D. And then you need also the F sharp and the G in the same way. Then I have these two notes here, the E and F, that I have to mute also. And I'm leaving the E flat and the A flat for later. I will explain to you why. Then I continue damping from the A natural until the bar, this bar. Press a little bit because it's sticky. And then from here, from the bar until the F sharp. I'm leaving this G open because she asks for this sound to be open. Actually, we muted a little bit, just a tiny bit, with a little piece of blue tack, because we found out, or she found out, that it could be maybe too much, the sound of the open string against the sound of the dampened string. So this is the F sharp and this is the G. You can still listen to the G, but it's not so open as this. And it blends much better. And this will be the last piece of blue tack for the upper register. And this will complete the preparation, the basic preparation. Then I go for the next bolts. She uses 3 bolts in another register to hit them with a Super Bowl mallet. I like to put them here because it suits me very well, right on the next string after the preparations with the blue tack. This will be more or less my position, and they are asked to be hit like this. You don't want to hit it too strong because it produces a quite unpleasant sound. And this is extremely pure, like a bell. So for now we have the sound of this note, very powerful. Sometimes it happens that it is happening right now that the washers also vibrate, and you will have to identify which one of them and try to move it, and if possible avoid that sound. But this will be for another time. Then I was talking to you that I only use one of these pieces of wood. It is for the beginning of the piece, when you have to scratch along the string with a bit of pressure, not too much, but just a bit. And this is the first sound of the piece. I will show it to you with the rest of the preparations. Because actually the most amazing sound that she presents in this piece is done with neodymium magnets. She asks for 11 of them, and you have to take quite a lot of care with them. I have already a video on my YouTube channel where I explained how you can manage to use them properly and avoid risks. But for now, I will put one of them in this E flat. That is why I didn't want to put anything for now here. So this will be my first magnet on E flat, and then the next one I will put it here on an A flat. This is my personal position of the first magnets. And then you may choose different locations for the different magnets, like for instance this very end of the strings, like one here, maybe also one here. You may investigate and choose your own places. I will put maybe one here. I like very much the sound here. And then I will go up to maybe, I normally locate one here and the G or G sharp. Let's put both of them. You have to take into account that you have to put them a little bit apart, one from another, as it is here, the same thing, because they are very strong. And I like also to put one maybe here on the metal parts, and if possible also, this is quite beautiful for me, the sound. Yeah. And this last, maybe I will put one here beyond the bridge, if it sounds okay. Yeah, it might work. And the last one, let's see, for instance, I put it here. So you may use the strings and also any metallic part. When you have finished, you may try all of them and see if they please you. This will be okay for me. This is absolutely perfect. This is not at all perfect. So what I do is I put metallic objects on the top of them. So when you do it longer, they last longer too. This would be wonderful for me. This is okay, but I'm going to do it a little longer. I prefer this. Then I go for this one, I think it's okay. Yeah. This one too. Then I go on. This could be a little longer. Yes. This for sure longer. You could put also one over on the top of the other, like I have here. So I have two magnets here. Yeah. And let's see this one how it works. Let's put this here. Yes, much better. And I go for the last one here. Let's see how it works. No. Let's see if it improves a little bit. Yeah, it's okay like this. Next thing you may like to consider is that since all the sounds in the piano are dampened, are quite dark, when you go to the preparation, when you arrive to the preparation, it sounds very bright, really bright. So I like to try to put a little piece of blue tack at the very end of the strings to just dampen a little bit the sound. In this way, I find that it blends much better with the rest of the sounds of the piece. So these two sounds, the preparation on the D and the magnet, I dampen them a little bit. And the same goes for F sharp, G, and A flat, where I have the preparations with the washers and the next magnet. The reverse could be said about this too. Sometimes this in this position may sound too weak. I found them too weak, so what I do is I just lift a little bit the blue tack, and it's much better for me. So this would be the preparation, final preparation of the piece. And the only sound that I'm missing is a sound produced with something like this. This is actually a stone, really polished stone. And you have to rub it against the strings, along the strings. You can use also some glass, for instance, and it may work the same. You have to look for the right position because it normally doesn't work at first time. So if I do like this, it has to appear a very high harmonic. This one that is very shyly wanting to shout. Let's check with this other string. There's always a position for it, and you have to investigate on your piano where it goes. Let's see, this one. Oh yeah. So when I use the sound, I would do it in this exact place where it goes perfectly. If it doesn't work at all, you can also try in this register where the winding of the strings may do it a little bit easier. Well, sometimes. Now it's not working. Ah, yeah. I'm preferring this sound much better, for sure. And this piece of blue tack, I put it here just to locate the ball. If for some reason this sound doesn't appear at all, you may try to put a little bit of rosin on the ball, just a little bit outside of the piano, and take a little bit of care with this, with the rosin, but you may try with it. And I'm going to explain to you more or less how it works from beginning to end. So the piece is divided in 3 sections. The first section will be the introduction. And in the introduction, she presents this first sound that I explained to you with a clothespin, with the wood. On the first magnets. It appears 3 times. And then she uses the heating of the head of the balls. And together with that, she introduces the sound of the ball. And then she goes to the keyboard and presents all the registers of the keyboard with all the preparations. They sound really different. Like for instance this register or this one. I have one here open. Which one is it? Yeah, it normally happens here. This one. And when you go to the upper register, you may not notice even the different sounds, the different pitches. So what she does is she writes a kind of improvisation in the keyboard that goes up and up and up until it reaches the high register of the piano, and then when that point appears, she hits the B flat, the note that we have already prepared, and she begins an improvisation with the magnets. You may play it as it is written, because in the score you may see the location of all the magnets, or you may decide to improvise with them. What she does is, little by little, as she did when she was playing in the keyboard, little by little only the high magnets remain. So at the very end of the improvisation, only the high sounds of the magnets, and when she reaches that point, then the sound of the ball appears again. And the end of the piece is just this sound and sound. So this is more or less how the composition works. If you are curious about it, you may look for the video that we recorded some years ago. And I really hope that you try this piece, buy the magnets and try all these sounds, because it's just something very special, something so different to anything that has been written for the piano. Enjoy it. If you like the content of this channel and want to help us with it, follow the links below. Thanks a lot.